What's going on, guys? My name is Robbie. You all know me as Ghosty, and I have a different video for you today. Now, this isn't my usual content. As you know, my preference is shitty stream compilations, but today, we got a serious video. Not too serious though, don't worry, I'm not getting sappy on you guys. Well, maybe a little, but that's not the main point. Don't feel bad for me, just listen. YouTube used to be a completely different landscape when I was growing up. I mean, used to be able to have a completely custom YouTube background. There was a section specifically for video replies to whatever video you were watching, and you could even direct message other creators. The very first YouTube video I ever watched was with my cousin, and she showed me the music video to Taylor Swift's Teardrops on My Guitars on my Graham's Windows 98 computer on dial-up internet. The quality was in 360p at best, and it buffered a million times. And for some reason, as a kid, I immediately fell in love with the site right then and there. Now, it's not the site I fell in love with, and it's definitely way more corporatized than it's ever been now. Millions of people want this to be their job, myself included, obviously, and so eventually it was going to end up this way. Something about it recently has just felt lifeless, and I'm not sure if it's just the garbage videos YouTube keeps recommending me from Minecraft RP Lord 420, or if it's just some larger algorithmic or even a personal change, but a lot of YouTube videos anymore just don't feel like they're coming from people who want to make YouTube videos. There's no one these days creating videos from what feels like the heart. Now it could just be me though. I am 23, turning 24 in 3 months, and I myself just don't get the same level of motivation for this that I did when I was 14 in middle school, right? Or is that beginning of high school? I don't know, I'm not good at math. Anyways. I recently have personally just pushed the blame all onto a depressive episode I've recently been having. Cold weather taking a huge toll on me, right? We'll blame it on that. But I don't feel like it's necessarily okay to put all the blame onto that. For example, I've had Sony Vegas open multiple times the last couple of weeks, and I could have just hit play and started editing, but I just didn't. For whatever reason, I just didn't dedicate the hour and a half of my life to that recording that it would take for me to just split it up. I didn't even have to finish the editing, I just had to split it up so I could finish the editing another day. That's all I had to do. And it's like every time I do that, I just push it off more and more. Every time I do push it off, I just get more upset at myself, and all I want to do is lay around in bed and scroll Instagram Reels. I have a desk sitting outside. It's a rather nice desk, made of mahogany, everything, whole 9 yards. And I have felt absolutely no need to put it together. Absolutely no sense of urgency recently, and it just sucks. Because for a while I was doing really good, and I want to be doing that good all the time, and want to have the motivation to make videos and thumbnails, yeah. All sorts of stuff. I'll put off cleaning my room, I put off doing dishes, I'll even put off eating sometimes, not in an eating disorder way. I fucking love food, but more the I'm not gonna get up because I don't feel like it, so I'm not gonna eat kind of way. And I'll just sit there hungry and I'll just deal with it. And it's not healthy. I feel like some of this has contributed to my sleep recently. I have not had good sleep by any sense of definition lately. Feels almost like I'm sleeping in 2 cut-up 4-hour shifts more than anything, because I'll sleep for 4 hours, wake up for a few, and then go back to sleep for another 4. I don't know what kind of sleep pattern that is, but it's not a good one, I'll tell you that much. And like the worst part is, regardless of this degenerate sleep pattern, I do have a job to go to, where I have to work 7 hours. Now it's way more it's way more mentally taxing than physically taxing. But if you don't want me to accidentally flip out on someone who doesn't deserve it, then I need to be sleeping well, and recently I'm just unable to do that, and it sucks. It really sucks. I personally am creeping eerily close to Unk status, if I'm not there already, My favorite movie growing up was The Iron Giant on a VHS tape. Point being, I sound like a grouchy old man here. But when you're dealing with customers who most couldn't pass an 8th grade math class, sleep is important. And a lot of these assholes, they say some fucked up shit, and you need to just brush it off, and it's really hard when you don't have a lot of sleep. Most recently, though, the most recent incident at work wasn't necessarily like that. There was a very elderly man who came in, and he was having trouble walking and wanted some help to his car. I have no problem helping. I can walk just fine, so I have no problem helping an older man. I help him. He thanked me. It was awesome. I go back in, and this is where the problem was. One of my coworkers took a picture, sent it in the company WhatsApp, which was just kind of weird. I didn't do it for any brownie points. I didn't need the bosses to know I did that, you know. It was just an old man, just needed help. Didn't sit right with me, and while it's not the worst interaction I've ever had at work, trust me, I've had plenty of bad interactions at work. It just left me speechless because why? I don't the bosses don't need to see that. I don't know. I don't need appreciation for something like that. I didn't do it for that. I did it because he needed help, you know. With this now, if I was sleeping right, I probably wouldn't not even thought about it twice. But we're just gonna brush it off to me being a cranky old man. Speaking of old men, my dog is getting super elderly, and that makes me really sad. Kip is the family dog. He is 16, possibly even 17 now. That is 2025. He has lived way longer than any Chow Lab mix probably should ever live. And he's been a champ about it. He has trouble getting up from laying down. He doesn't necessarily hear that well, if, at all. And, he's not able to hop up on the couch anymore. But regardless, he's always had the biggest smile a dog his age could ever have. He's the most loving, sweetest boy anyone has ever met. Many people will vouch for this. I swear I'm only mostly biased. Most recently, things have sort of gone downhill. Not an immediate turn for the worst, but the step that he has gone up and down for pretty much his entire life. He can't get up and down by himself anymore. He doesn't even want to attempt it most days, and we usually have to help him in. And when this started happening, it punched me in the gut. Fact that it's just soon possibly time for him, that it is soon time for him, is just absolutely impossible to deal with, right? Absolutely breaks my heart. I wish I didn't have to see him this way. We've talked about taking him to the vet, but we're all busy, and regardless of the recent developments, it's hard for any of us to even bring ourselves to do. This is the absolute worst situation ever, and none of us could ever be ready for it. I don't think I would ever be okay with it, even on his best days lately. It's hard to look at him without just breaking down into tears. He's always been who I'll look for when I'm sad, so it's like, what do you do when he's gone, right? He's my big buddy, and no matter how much I knew this was coming, it's just never gonna be okay. I'm probably being super dramatic and everything, and I'll be the first to admit that, but it sucks. My life isn't completely terrible though. It's not all bad. I'm definitely making it seem way worse than it is. I've even had some good things going on lately. Recently, I've been working on a Photoshop shitpost series that I do, where I just make shitty Photoshops of wacky adventures and include me, my friends, and various famous people I will never talk to, right? It isn't much. It's something I do more so for personal laughs than anything. But I am excited to finally be doing that again. I also have recently got older versions of Minecraft to work. So I started going through the version of Minecraft I first started playing on, which is absolutely amazing. I was flying around in Creative World. I took a bunch of screenshots of the old generation, the old villages, and I'm such a dork. I even made one of the screenshots my computer background. It was very nice, actually, and I've been wanting to do it for a long time. I couldn't get it to work for the longest time, and then I found a video, and it just happened to have the right fix, which is ridiculous. It was the silliest fix ever. But yeah, I've also recently got back into Bloons Tower Defense 6 because they released a roguelite mode, and I've been addicted like crack. I don't know what about it is so much more fun than regular Bloons. It's maybe just the randomness of it all. It just feels more challenging. I don't know why. It's not perfect. I've had my own frustrations with it already, mostly with the mini bosses, the mini games, and it almost needed like a new tower or hero to release with it. But regardless, I am absolutely infatuated with the game. Anyways, I should probably wrap this up before it just ends up becoming a game review. Sorry for being a vulnerable weirdo. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, feel free to hit the subscribe button, and maybe I can quit my job and start crypto scamming. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.